Game one of both the Western Conference Finals first game and the Eastern Conference Finals first game go to overtime. I was getting ready to talk about the Cavs, honestly, because it looked like the game was over. The start of the game, both teams can't hit no shots, nobody can score. And I was getting ready to speak about how the Cavaliers, when you really look at their playoff run, like they've really been sneaking their way through the playoffs. Because ever since the Raptors series, like everybody kind of just stopped believing in the Cavs because they went 7 games with the Raptors. But it's like they just somehow, like, I think it's their two bigs. It has to be their two bigs because somehow, some way, it's like they just find a way to make it hard for other teams to score because they're not really scoring like at a super high level, but for some reason other team also can't score either. But hey man, the Knicks pulled it off. Jalen Brunson went crazy. Like I think it was the 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, he just started going crazy, hitting spots that's never been touched on the glass. I don't know how the hell he be hitting that shit. Like this guy Jalen Brunson just be hitting some random spots on the glass. It be going in. OG, OG. I guess he's come back from injury. You know, he kind of helped a lot. Mikal Bridges missed a crazy shot, like wide open, and it's like it's one of those shots that you should never miss like that if you're a shooter. But then he ends up hitting a clutch three after, anyways. And then Landry Shamet hits a clutch three. And then Jalen Brunson hits a clutch three. And then everybody starts hitting threes. It's like this whole start of the game, both teams can't hit a three. And then the end of the game, nobody can miss a three. But I was honestly getting ready for another double overtime. Like, like when I'm watching these games, I'm really looking at how these teams match up against the West teams. But it's so hard. It's so hard to tell because like the Cavaliers don't see like when you watch the Cavaliers, like they don't seem like they're that good. Like I don't know how to explain it. This is why I say they've been sneaking their way through the playoffs. Because when you watch them play, like on paper, it's like they look like a good team. But when you watch them play, it just you can't understand. Like I can't understand how they got this far. Game seven in both of their previous series, and I'm really just gonna say it's their bigs. I'm just gonna say it's their paint presence because I don't know what else it could be because they're not shooting anything at a high rate. They're not doing anything offensively that's like jumping off the stat sheet. They're just there. Like they're literally just there. But this game they threw this away, bro. And this is a tough game to lose because they were up by like almost 20, I think. Almost 20. I know there was still a lot of time left, but all you gotta do is literally just get some stops, score. Not even every, you don't have to score every possession. Just get stops. But they couldn't do that. But let's talk about the Knicks, man. The Knicks, if the Knicks were to make the finals, right? Obviously, I'm not even talking about the game. What the hell am I doing? But if the Knicks were to make the finals, their Achilles heel will be Mitchell Robinson because even though OG's a great defender, even though Karl Anthony Towns, you know they're gonna need someone with athleticism and energy to protect the paint, which Mitchell Robinson has, but he can't stay on the court. And I just don't understand how it's so hard for him to just get a free throw. Like, I don't know these big guys, man. I don't know, man. I don't have hands that big, so I don't know how hard it might be. But I just don't understand. Like, how hard is it to just work on your free throw, shoot the ball a little higher? Like you don't have to stand. And on top of that, you don't have to stand right at the line. Like I know people take free throws and they stand right up at the line. You actually don't have to do that. Like if you don't know, you can stand anywhere behind the free throw line. Like you don't have to stand right up at the line. Stand, you can move back because he's shooting the ball too hard. Just stand back then. Just move back a little bit. Do something like make some adjustment because Mitchell Robinson would be a good player to have on the court defensively, because he's gonna get a lot of offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds. He's gonna be a presence in the paint. Obviously, on offense, it's gonna be hard because he can't shoot. But regardless, Brunson is shooting middies, and then if they wanna step up on Brunson, he could just drop it off to Mitchell Robinson. He just gets a dunk, you know. But yeah, the Knicks started off, and it was a lot of like honestly bad body language. Like I seen Jose Alvarado walking off the court looking like he wanna jump off a cliff. I seen was it Mikal Bridges, terrible body language. Like they were looking like it was looking like they thought they lost already. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But Jalen Brunson, I don't know how he does it, man. I don't know how he does it. Like I don't know how he does it because the whole entire team runs through Brunson, like even more than like OKC runs through Shea. Like Brunson is the Knicks. So I don't know how he has all this energy. I don't know how he has all this stamina to really just be like he's not doing everything, but just to be so reliable. Just to be so reliable when it comes to showing up for his team because nobody was showing up this game. Like everybody was missing. For some reason, there was a point in the game where it felt like the Cavs made like 10 buckets in a row. I was like, what the hell? The Cavs can't miss. The Knicks can't score. This is crazy. Like it felt like there's a point in the game where the Cavs scored 10 buckets in a row. And one thing I noticed about the Knicks, they just don't call timeouts. Like I don't know what that is. Like they like there's moments in the game where usually like if you watch basketball, you know when a timeout's coming. And it's like the Knicks just let them just play through everything. Like the Cavs go on a friggin' 10-0 run, they're just playing. It's like they waited till overtime to start calling timeouts. They waited till overtime to start calling timeouts because like that could have helped a little bit, but they still ended up winning. But that's something that just looks kind of crazy. If a team's going on a run and you're just letting them go on the run, the whole arena's silent, just call a timeout. Like mess up the rhythm a little bit. Like they're not, you know. Like I don't really have much to say about the Cavs. It's really because this game the Knicks pulled it off, but they were really playing bad most of the game. Like the Cavs, I don't really have much to say about the Cavs, man. You just let the game go. Like it's not like they were winning, they just let the game go, bro. And this is a away game. This is a game they could have won because it would be nice to win a game on the road. But what can you say? They just let it go. It's really I really got more to say about the Knicks than the Cavs because the Cavs were doing good until the end of the game, and then Brunson they just couldn't stop Brunson. Brunson and OG, and then Mikal Bridges, and then Landry Shamet. They just couldn't stop anybody. But yeah, it's hard to tell how this series is gonna go. Honestly, both series, the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference, kind of hard to tell. Like right now, the Thunder in a crazy position because nobody really knows if that was just a bad game or if that was just the Spurs just being a perfect matchup for the Thunder. And then this game, I don't know if the Cavs are gonna come out and go crazy again. I don't know if the Knicks are gonna come out and miss all those threes again. And the turnovers, like it's like I don't even know what to say about this game, bro. Like the overtime really saved it because it was really gonna be a underwhelming game until overtime, until Brunson made a comeback. If Brunson didn't make that comeback, the game was kind of gonna be kind of like it's like from going from the Western Conference game to this, it would have been like damn, you just let him come in your house and just win like that. But they went to overtime, pulled it out. But yeah, man, I don't know what to say. I gotta start writing notes during the game because I really be having things and I just try to remember it, but I gotta start writing notes because there's definitely more to say. Who else I gotta talk about on the Knicks, man? On the Knicks. Yeah, it just felt like both teams were making crazy mistakes. Like Just simple mistakes that both teams are just making. Bad turnovers, bad shots. They weren't executing their plays correctly. Both teams too, not even just one. And then the Cavs just managed to pull away. And let me check the box score. The Cavs just managed to pull away, and then I don't know, maybe they thought they won already. I thought they won already, honestly. Let me see the box score real quick. I just want to see scores, box score. So, starters for the Cavs. Damn. Jared Allen's a -10. James Harden's a -6. How many points he had? 15. 5 for 16. Come on, Harden. 1 for 8 from 3. Donovan Mitchell had 29. Bro, I didn't even feel like he had 29. He was -13. I didn't even feel like he had 29. I didn't even feel like he had 29, bro. Uh, Evan Mobley, 15. Yeah, the whole starting lineup was a minus. The only people that were plus on the Cavs was Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder, which is just a +1 in 18 minutes, which is not good. 1 for 9, 1 for 4. Yeah, these teams shot horribly, bro. 40% from three. No, 40% field goal percentage and 32% from three. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, the game ones in these conference finals have just been terrible. Nobody can shoot. OG was a +15, one for 6 from three, 2 for 9. Somehow the whole Knicks, except for Josh Hart, was a plus. And the starters. Mitchell Robinson, -8. And like I feel bad for Mitchell Robinson, bro, because I feel like he'll really be an impactful player. Like he's a perfect transition center, inside center. He's just too inside, bro. Like it's 2026, bro. You can't come out here like Shaquille O'Neal, bro. Like you can't have teams playing hack a Shaq on you and you not getting better at free throws. Like you gotta do something, bro. Like this is not it, bro. Cause he could really be impactful, bro. Like he'll really be if he just can make his free throws. If he can shoot, like if he could just be like Evan Mobley, but just more athletic. If he could just be a reliable shooter to where they don't have to really guard him, but they can't just leave him open the whole game and let him shoot a million threes. Like he needs to develop a shot everywhere, a three, a mid range, and his free throws because he really needs to be on the court, bro. Because he can open up the mid range a little bit more for Brunson when it comes to having more options. Because if he's on the court and they know he's not really a factor shooting and he's literally just layups and dunks, then they're just gonna stay. Even though Brunson doesn't really drive and do too many layups, they're just gonna stay on him. And sometimes Brunson do be shooting like some really close shots, so they can kind of guard him and Brunson at the same time. So, because Brunson be shooting some real close shots sometimes. But yeah. Let me see. Landry Shamet +25. God damn. He had the highest plus minus. But you can kind of tell by watching the game, man. But yeah, Mikal, I still remember that one shot Mikal missed, bro. I was like, damn, the OG airballed. But hey, man, they pulled it up. They pulled it up. We got to see what happens game two, man. Game two is what is gonna tell the story for both series. Game one, it's like both teams are coming out with absolutely no talent. I don't know what's going on in both the East and the West. They both come out no talent, can't shoot, can't make passes, turnovers, all tight. I don't know what's going on. So we got to just see what happens in game two for both series. But the finals is going to be interesting because I think even though the East is usually weaker than the West, any team in the West that makes it to the finals is not going to be as easy as people think it's going to be. Like and like for any of these teams, like this is actually a decent playoffs because it's not like how usually they think like the West is just gonna sweep the East. I don't think that's gonna happen, honestly. Like only because I mean honestly, if the Cavs make it to the finals, I would want them to play the Spurs. If the Knicks make it to the finals, I'd want them to play the Thunder. That's the matchup because if it's the other way around, it's not gonna work out, bro. If the Knicks if the Knicks had to face the Spurs and they have Carl Anthony Towns and that's it, they can't even play Mitchell Robinson. That's gonna be bad. See, at least the Cavs got Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, and they both can score. So at least they have that. But if the Knicks had to play the Spurs, damn. Now if the Knicks had to play the Thunder, it's decent. It's still gonna be tough, but at least they have a way better chance. But I'm just rambling now. Yeah, that was a good first game. Both conferences had good first game, decent playoffs, decent playoffs. Let's just see what happens in game two. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.